Kubernetes can feel heavy and complicated, and it doesn't have to be that way. Today, I'll show you how to run Kubernetes easily on Windows in just 5 minutes. And to do this, we'll use WSL and K3S, a lightweight, production-ready Kubernetes variant. And before you know it, we'll have Kubernetes magic, scaling, and all the features of Kubernetes all on a lightweight Windows installation. That being said, let's go engineer some stuff. First thing we're going to do is hop into our WSL instance. I'll be using Ubuntu in this case, and if you're looking for a quick and easy guide on how to get that set up, I'll link my video that I did on that in the description down below. The biggest prerequisite we have before our K3S installation is we need to make sure systemd is running in WSL. We're going to run cat etc wsl.conf. And when we look here, look under the boot section, we need to make sure that systemd equals true is set. If we don't see this, we'll need to add it to our etcwsl.conf file under the boot section. And then after that, to apply that, we need to run wsl-shutdown. This will restart our WSL instance for us. Now that we're back in our Ubuntu WSL instance, let's make sure systemd is running. We're going to do ps-p1 and make sure the process ID of systemd is 1, which it is. And then for our next command, systemctl includes inbuilt command just called is system running. If we run that, we can see systemd is running. So this is perfect because now we can move on to the K3S installation. Heading on over to the official K3S Quick Start Guide. Don't worry, I don't expect you guys to memorize this URL. I'll put that in the description down below. And this curl command right here will get us installed with K3S before we know it. Now that our installation is complete, if we do systemctl status K3S, we can see K3S is running as expected, the service is loaded, and it's active. And to check the status of our nodes, we'll do kubectl get node. But if we do this without sudo, it will return an error because of permission denied, because unlike Docker, which has a user group option to be able to run as non-root, you can run K3S as non-root, but it presents additional issues with control groups, permissions, and namespaces that we really don't want to get into the sake of this tutorial. So for this tutorial, we're always going to have to use sudo in front of our kubectl or any K3S related command. So then doing sudo kubectl get nodes will show us the name of our node, my desktop in this case, status is ready, and that's acting as the control plane and the master, the age of when it was installed, and the version of K3S that it's running. The cool thing about this is a self-contained thing. It has the database, control plane, and all the other K3S features all on a single node. While it'd be nice to be able to add other nodes, that's beyond the scope of this tutorial, but I hope to do another tutorial on that in the future, actually. If you guys want to see that, let me know. It's K3S demo time. So to do that, we're going to do sudo kubectl and create a deployment hello K3S. We can see the deployment is created. And then we're going to go and get our pods, and we can see that we have a 1 of 1, and that single pod is running as expected. We can then scale our pods to 3 replicas. This is one of the awesome features of Kubernetes. And if we show our pods, we can see all 3 replicas of those pods running as expected with a healthy status. Next up is to expose our ports this way that any of the traffic that hits our node will be able to make it through to the pods and we'll be able to see our services. So now if we do get service for the hello K3S, we can see what the cluster IP is and we can see the ports that we're going to want to target. Now keep in mind the cluster IP is just meant for Kubernetes as an IP address that it can use to keep track of its network services. We're going to access it through the local host in our ports, which in this case would be 30,868. What's cool is if we curl the local host port 30,868 is we can see hello world, and we can also see the specific pod that served this request. And if we do this in a for loop 10 times, we'll see it hits all 3 of our different pods, which is pretty cool to see that load balancing in action. One of the other great features of Kubernetes is a self-healing. So if a pod gets deleted or goes down, another replica will be spun up. Probably helps in this case if I actually demo this by deleting the correct pod names. With the correct pod name, we can delete that pod. And then if we get our nodes, we'll see a new replica was just spun up approximately 10 seconds ago. If we redo our for loop with 10 times of doing curl, we can see it hits all of our new pods now this time once again, which is awesome that the load balancing and self-healing both work. Even in this super quick K3S demo, we've been able to see auto scaling, self-healing, and some of the awesome easy deployment features that make Kubernetes so easy to get up and running when you're using K3S. And that is how you get started on Kubernetes thanks to K3S and WSL2, all in 5 minutes. Let me know down below what Kubernetes projects you want to try. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, I've been Sam, the engineering man, and I'll catch you all in the next one.